Bitcoin price is on $11,800. If we break $12,000, we may see big parabolic move. And in this video, ladies and gentlemen, I'm about to show you few metrics, few evidences why this may happen very soon. We have some multiple news and the charts that you need to see so you can be convinced that we may actually see big prices. And now, let's begin. Welcome back to CryptoWealthy channel, guys. In today's episode, as I told you, we have some very important stuff to discuss about, so make sure to stay all the way until the end of this video, and of course hit that like and subscribe button. Now, what you need to understand over here, we're still standing on the Bybit chart over here, and I'm going to show you why. Because over here we have one of the tunnel on the daily chart where Bitcoin is already now consolidating around this level of resistance, and if we break this level of resistance, we may see much higher prices. Now, what I mean by this is that we're going to break much bigger tunnel. So if we switch on the Coinbase chart over here, you can see which tunnel I'm discussing about over here, because Bitcoin is consolidating over here for a few months or so, and this tunnel is going to be very important, which could lead us to the big bull market. And one of the resistances that Bitcoin needs to break that to happen is going to be most probably $13,000. So if we break this tunnel over here where we are right now, we may actually see the test of this resistance that we are retesting already since the beginning of the May, or let's say since the halving hit the road. So we have multiple metrics, news and informations why this may actually happen easily, and the first one is the hash rate and the network strength of the Bitcoin is on all-time highs. Miners are mining all the time. Network is the most secure than ever. The next thing that we need to cover, crypto fear and greed index. Right now we are on the level of 56, and in the previous weeks or so we were, around 43, 42 or something like that. So right now it seems like that we are getting that momentum that we had in 2017 with the greed, where this index was most probably on the 100 or whatever. So right now we are in the greed area over here, and we may actually see some big push to the upside. Switching to the next one, backed Bitcoin volume on the futures, we are almost on all-time highs, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this, we are almost making double top formation, and this is incredible. The backed is cooking some Bitcoin over there, and that means that the institutional investors are entering with the long positions. And if you don't believe me, let's go over here to this news over here. You can see that the institutional Bitcoin long at record high, hedge funds short CME data. As we can see, even the news are showing us that the institutional investors are coming in. And once I went to the backed futures to see the volume, as you can see, we are spiking to the upside. It seems like that the institutions are longing Bitcoin while hedge funds are actually shorting, which is pretty much interesting. It seems like that one of them is going to be right, and I truly believe that it's going to be institutions, because they do have a lot of money and they will not play with the money just like that, especially not in this crisis. So it seems like that printing of the money is going to help a lot over here. Now, one more metric over here is that the number of Bitcoin wallets holding over 100 BTC tests 6 months high. According to analytics data provided Glassnode, 16,159,000 Bitcoin wallets now hold 100 and plus Bitcoins. A report Monday from the company stated that this figure tests the previous 6 months high of 16,158 last seen on June 8th. It seems like that we are seeing that winter bull market like we saw in 2017. Glassnode additionally shared that the number of non-zero Bitcoin addresses reached an all-time high of 31,913 on a Monday. Approximately 5,000 of these were recorded with the past 24 hours. So as you can see, all the metrics when it comes to the Bitcoin are surging to all-time highs, including the institutional investor interest in the futures, including the retail investors over here. And on the miner side, total hash rate when it comes to protection of network is at all-time high, which is also going to help Bitcoin surge to the upside when it comes to the news pump only. Now, one more metric that I want to bring over here is considering the retail investors long and short. So if we switch to the BitMEX over here chart when it comes to the longs, as you can see, it seems like that the longs are starting to getting momentum to the upside over here. We did made over here one higher low, and it seems like that we're going to see higher levels when it comes to the longs over here. And one more interesting metric that is most probably going to that you most probably going to love over here is the shorts on the BitMEX, because yeah, they are pretty much on all-time lows when it comes to the shorts. All-time lows on the BitMEX shorts are making already today or in the previous week. So it seems like that the shorts are dead when it comes to the retail investors right now, but we are going to see how shorts are going to act in the next months or so. But as we can see, since July 2019 over here, we can see that they never actually picked up peak momentum to starts at least rising to the upside. The highest that we had is 16,800, almost 17,000 contracts over here, and that's it. While if we switch on the long side over here, we can see that the longs are still picking momentum to the upside, and it seems like that we are going to see some movement in the price. Also, it doesn't mean that those contracts on the BitMEX are going to correlate themselves with the price, because in the previous year or so we didn't have correlation after that big bull market. But it seems like that right now all metrics are pointing us to that big bull market. If we switch to the next one, Ethereum 2.0 deposit contract to launch this week, consensus developer. An Ethereum 2.0 developer predicts the protocol's deposit contracts will be released in a matter of days, and that Ethereum 2.0 staking will go live this year. It seems like the 2.0 Ethereum is coming, or at least one part of it. In a post announced the launch of version 1.0.0 release candidate 0, Edgington revealed that the protocol's deposit contract address feature should be announced this week. As I understand it, we are good to go. Deposit contract in the next few days, Bacon chain genesis 6 to 8 weeks later. So all metrics for that bull market is pointing in that direction, including the Ethereum, and we need to include Ethereum in this. Unfortunately or luckily, doesn't matter, because they are second on the list. So if they actually start that spark of momentum to the upside, that's going to be very good for the Bitcoin. Also, the developer described the fee hike as a temporary measure to give stakers more confidence in case we hit trouble. Despite low testnet participation, Edgington firmly believed the network is ready to transition into phase 0. I think people are getting a bit bored of testnets. It's time to move on. We need to launch phase 0 ASAP. So if we switch on the chart of Ethereum, on the weekly chart over here, we can see that we are still above $300 per one Ethereum. That's bullish, because the zone below that level is actually the bearish zone, because that's pretty much yearly resistance that held Ethereum below those levels. And if we switch on the daily chart over here, we can see that we're picking momentum above level of 20 exponential moving average. And I think if we bounced from it like Bitcoin is doing right now, there is a big probability that Ethereum may hit the road to the upside, especially because of this announcement that we had from developer in Ethereum. All metrics, as you can see, multiple evidences over here are showing us that we are going to see, most probably, of course, bigger prices. And one more news over here: the next big treasury corporations buy up Bitcoin as a treasury reserve. Here is the one more evidence, ladies and gentlemen. The entry of firms like Square, MicroStrategy and Stone Ridge may open the BTC floodgates and provide confidence for the rest to follow. This is pretty big news, but we're not going to read everything. We can just read one part of it, so you can also find this on Cointelegraph and read by yourself if you want. October is the time for surprises. On October 8th, right on Q, mobile payments giant Square, which boasts a market cap of $86.6 billion, announced that it had invested $50 million in Bitcoin BTC. 5 days later, asset manager Stone Ridge Holdings, which managed over $10 billion in assets, disclosed that it had purchased more than 10,000 Bitcoins worth around $114 million as part of its treasury reserve strategy. So institutional investors are here, or at least part of them, so they may incentivize, they may encourage other institutional investors to come in also, Wall Street, Nasdaq or whatever. So it seems that we are picking momentum slowly, and as you can see, it's 20th of October, and we may see big movements in the November or December, who knows, because if you remember that time when Bitcoin spiked on the way to the upside, we can switch actually on that chart, logarithmic chart over here. We can see over here that we needed just like 3 or 4 weeks to push to $20,000, right? So if we switch when we were over here, let's say 15th October, that's somewhere around here approximately, we were on $5,000 on the Bitcoin. And yeah, if we measure over here, we can see approximately 2 months we needed just to push to the upside. So we still have time to see all-time highs before the year ends. Let me know in the comment section down below, do you think that's possible? I'm not going to give such a predictions yet, but it seems like that we are on a very good way to go towards those targets there. So I think this is it for today, ladies and gentlemen. Please don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and also let me know in the comment section down below, what do you think about all of this? Do you think that we're going to actually see the bigger prices, higher prices, or do you think these metrics doesn't matter at all? Let me know in the comment section down below, because I truly believe that we actually are onto something. We just need to see what in the future. I want to thank each last one of you for watching our videos. Until the next episode, happy trading and goodbye.